talk to me about last year, dude. How cool was it to make it as far as going to the Super Bowl? Then how tough was it to deal with something like that late in your career of, kind of taking a loss?
I think, you know what, honestly, for me, it was easier to lose the game in your career because
Hey, wait. Go back a little bit.
Hey, to have that opportunity
yo, Whit.
there and be like,
hey, we lost you.
Such an awesome, cool thing. I've played 13 years.
He's not listening.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Hey, Whit, can you hear us?
Whit, can you hear us?
Be there and be a part of the press.
Whit, holy shit.
Whit, can you hear us?
Winning the game, obviously.
Hey, Whit.
As many games I felt like I'd won, as many division championships as I've won in my career, to never have the opportunity to actually go to the big one, awesome. I enjoyed it, man. And obviously it's tough when you lose. But, for me, honestly, at this point in my career, it was harder for guys that I just believe in and I thought deserved that opportunity with Sean McVay and Jared Goff and Gurley and a lot of these young guys that I just think, man, you know what, they're super talented and have played really good football. And Sean has done a tremendous job his first couple of years. It would have just been awesome to see guys you believe in win it and be able to stand there and be proud of who they are. And so for me, it was tough in that way because that's kind of how I am. I mean, I want the guys to get what they deserve. So that was probably the toughest part about it. But the rest of it, man, I'm good, brother. I got 4 kids. I got a lot of things going that are wonderful in my life. And a Super Bowl would have just been something cool to add on the wall. But you know what? I'm still going swinging. It don't matter.
Man, I got most of that.
Can you hear us?
We lost. Can you hear us?
Yeah, did you cut out?
Yeah, you cut out in the beginning, but we definitely got a lot of that. We got a.
That was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
We were literally
yelling at you. We're like, Whit! Whoa! And you're just going and going. So we're like, hey, we got to let this answer ride, dude. But for the last question, we'll ask you about that. Like, I remember after the Super Bowl, I'm sitting there and like I was texting you before because I was like, people when you play in the league, everyone's like, who do you want to win? And like my thing was always like, well, Tom Brady played for Michigan, but like I knew you and I knew how good you've been to me, and I was like, I'd love to see Whit get a Super Bowl. And then I see your interview after, and they, how the media is, they snipped it up, and it was like, how do you feel after the Super Bowl? And you were like, well, eventually you just die and you can't take anything with you. And I was like, oh my God, is my guy all right, dude?
Yeah.
What was the whole situation there?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it's one of the things that media just, obviously those guys, not many of them are competitors and don't really understand the context of the question. As I think, Randy Couture said to me, I was being a little confusing to them as they don't understand philosophizing on the microphone. But what I said to them was, they asked me, they said, hey, you know what, with your career ending and you're not going to take home the Super Bowl, because most of them assumed I was retiring. They said, how do you feel about ending the 13-year career and not having the Super Bowl? And what I said was, I didn't care if I won 14 Super Bowls, went to 20 Pro Bowls, whatever it was. What's more important to me is who I am as a man and how I go about myself on every single day, because we're all going to die, and we're all going to, one day, those trophies aren't going with you. What people are going to remember me by, I hope, is who I am as a man, who I was as a friend, who I was as a father. Those kind of things are more important to me than some trophy, because at the end of the day, those things, who cares? I mean, you can win 1 million Super Bowls. If you're an ass, I don't really care to know you, and I don't really care about you. So, to me, it's about who you are on a daily basis more than it is about what record or what trophy you got. If you're disrespectful, then you're not really somebody I roll with. And so I don't care what you've won. So that was kind of the answer that I gave them. And obviously, in the media fashion, they take what they think they can write a full story about, and they only wrote the part saying we're all going to die. And just wrote their own lyrics. So,
yeah.
It's fine, it's cool, but, I understand that's part of it. But I probably got a little too deep for them in that moment.
It's just tough, man. People, they definitely want to take what they want and spin it. Knowing you for, a short amount of time, but getting to know you in cool situations like the Pro Bowl and stuff like that. Like, a special time for me and our friendship was when, I don't know if you remember, but I was at a steakhouse. We were at that steakhouse in the hotel that everyone was staying at, and I had my family there, friends there, and I was telling everybody, like, hey, first Pro Bowl, like, this one's on me, guys. Thank you for everything. And at the end of the whole thing is, the waiter comes up to me, and we did not spare any expense, dude. We were getting after it. And the guy comes up to me and goes, hey, Mr. Whitworth actually paid for your meal. And I was like, that's the coolest thing ever, because my first Pro Bowl was you and Joe Thomas and me in year 3. And I'm looking at you guys like, you dudes are legends. I've been watching you guys forever. And it was like such a cool experience to just even something like that was like super cool to me. So the kind of person you are, definitely. And you say you hope people see you in that side of way. Well, I definitely do. And anytime your name's ever brought up, I always talk about the kind of person you are more than anything. You're a hell of a football player, and I hope you play for 40 more years, man. But I really appreciate the guy you are, and I appreciate you coming on our podcast.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man. I appreciate you saying that. That means more than me anything else, brother.
Well, all right, man. I appreciate it. Good luck this year. Hopefully we see you in the Super Bowl.
Sounds like a plan, brother. Have a great year, man. Appreciate y'all having me.
Hey, thanks for coming, bro.